Discovered, the incredible voice of a black girl left 1,000 attendees speechless, inspiring change. In the heart of a small Midwestern town, life rolled on like a tired wheel. Nothing ever really changed. That was until Amara found her voice. At 12 years old, she was just a black girl living in a place where dreams felt worn out, but one night she would ignite a flicker of hope. Raised by a single mother whose hands told tales of hard work at the family diner, Amara knew struggle. Yet, the clanging pots and old jukebox that filled the diner with soft, husky tunes were her saving grace. Here, amid the fading memories of laughter and chatter, her spirit flourished. As the annual town festival approached, Amara stumbled across her grandfather's medals and letters. A war veteran, he fought fiercely for justice, equality, and dreams that mattered. Holding those medals, a warmth bloomed in her chest. The echoes of his battles whispered to her, and she felt invincible. With courage bubbling inside her, she practiced for the talent show, her soulful voice pouring out every longing, every fight, and even every fear shaking her to the core. But whispers of doubt soon crept in, mostly from her mother, who worried that chasing this dream might lead Amara to a hard fall. "You need to think practical, not just chase dreams," her mom would say. Torn between ambition and family loyalty, she felt heavy-hearted. Many in their town shared the same weariness. Visions of what once was were clouded by disappointment, shadows of what could be were shushed. The night of the festival arrived like a silent promise suspended in the air. The thick crowd buzzed with mixed emotions, excitement, and skepticism. Amara could see the familiar faces of friends and neighbors, but also those of local elites who had always believed talent existed only among the polished. Anxiety churned in her stomach. Taking the stage, Amara's heart raced. She felt the stares, whispers tickled her legs. And then, she remembered her grandfather's hope, a fire igniting within. With a deep breath, she let her voice rise, starting as a gentle whisper, growing into a powerful anthem of resilience and hope. The room stilled, as if everyone held their breath, captivated by the magic flowing from her soul. It was more than just notes, it was the embodiment of their shared struggles, a plea for unity amid divisive tides. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. The song echoed through the crowd, challenging biases, folding them into shadows. Faces once skeptical softened, eyes widened as hearts stirred with recognition. Conversations flickered, whispers morphing into sparking thoughts about the weight of merit versus background. Every word Amara sang shook the very foundation of their beliefs. The spotlight wasn't just on her, it illuminated the struggles of a community tethered to its past. But as her final note lingered in the air, a question hung: could one voice incite real change? Would this spark unify them or tear them apart? With the curtain poised to fall, hope surged, leaving everyone breathless in anticipation of what comes next. Amara stepped off the stage, her heart still pounding from the thrill of her performance. The applause rumbled through her, wrapping her in warmth. She scanned the crowd, catching glimpses of her mother's proud smile mixed with disbelief. It was a hopeful smile, but beneath it lay the worry, the urge for practicality. "Amara!" A voice called out, cutting through the tide of noise. It was Ms. Parker, the town's music teacher, rushing toward her, eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "That was extraordinary. I can help you, let's talk about your future in music." Before Amara could respond, familiar faces surged around her. Friends from school and neighbors, all buzzing with excitement, each one eager to express how her voice had stirred something inside them. Someone mentioned how the last note hung in the air like a prayer, reclaiming old dreams they'd buried. But amidst the praise, Amara's gaze landed on her mother. The look on her face was a blend of admiration and something darker fear. She trained all her life to protect Amara, to steer her toward safe choices. The clamor of applause faded as that fear echoed louder in Amara's mind. Could she truly pursue this dream, knowing the risks it carried? Amara. Can we get a selfie? A friend's voice broke through her thoughts, and in that moment, she plastered on a smile. The excitement of the festival and newfound connections brightened her spirit, even as her heart tugged at the roots of doubt. As the festival carried on, Amara floated on a cloud of newfound admiration, yet anxiety gnawed at her. The speeches and chatter around her seemed to share one refrain: "What's next for you?" No one knew how deeply that question weighed on her. Later that night, in the soft glow of the diner's neon lights, Amara and her mother sat across from each other, the silence stretching comfortably yet heavily. Her mother finally spoke, voice soft but resolute. "You were amazing tonight, sweetheart. But dreams, they can lead to hard roads." "Yes, and so can never trying," Amara shot back, her voice stronger than she felt. "What if I can actually do something with this? What if I can change our story?" Her mother's eyes shimmered with unshed tears. "I don't want to see you hurt," she admitted. "I just want what's best for you." Amara reached across the table, gathering the weight of their shared burdens. "What if what's best is finding my own path, Mom? I need you to believe in me." The diner felt drowsy as they tackled this moment. Would this be a point of division or a bridge? The flickering jukebox played a nostalgic tune, weaving through their quiet. The world outside bustled with laughter and celebration, oblivious to the delicate negotiation of hopes and fears inside. The next day, Amara found herself reflecting on the community's thick, palpable energy. She couldn't shake the thought that this was only the beginning. Change didn't come easy, but the seeds had been sown. The festival was the first step. Her voice could rally the town towards growth and connection. As she lay in bed that night, dreams danced in her mind. She could see herself towering on bigger stages, her voice resonating through cities, touching lives. But realities lingered too, the weight of expectations and her mother's love always looking out for her. Today's performance had lit a fire, it was time for her to nurture it. But would the burden of those closest to her extinguish the flame? Her thoughts swirled as she squeezed her eyes shut. What did the future hold? As certainty navigated through uncertainty, one thing was clear: Amara was ready to fight for her dreams, but could she convince everyone else to join her? And with that realization, a new adventure loomed just beyond tomorrow. The morning sun spilled through Amara's window, illuminating the soft pastel colors of her room. She sat up slowly, memories of last night's performance still buzzing in her head. It felt like a dream she didn't want to wake from. But reality crept in as she stared down at her phone, messages flooding in from friends, each one cheering her on in ways that wrapped around her heart like a warm embrace. Yet there was one message she hadn't received: her mom's. A knot twisted in her stomach as she remembered their earlier conversation, the heaviness lingering like a shadow. What was she thinking now? Did she truly understand the depth of Amara's passion? After a quick breakfast, Amara made a decision. She needed to show her mother that her dreams weren't just a fleeting whim. They were a calling. With a burst of determination, she grabbed her guitar and headed out to the town square, where the sounds of laughter and chatter filled the air, signs of life pulsating through the festival's final day. As the town slowly filled, Amara set herself up on a small, makeshift stage. This was not the glamorous scene she had envisioned, but it was hers. The wooden planks felt worn under her feet, yet somehow they exuded support. They wanted to hold her up just as the crowd would. She spread her fingers across the guitar strings, taking a deep breath to release the tension in her chest. A small gathering formed, drawn in by curiosity. She hadn't announced her performance, but maybe a whisper of her last night's magic had floated into the morning air. As she began to strum a familiar tune, she poured her heart into every note, channeling all her fears, hopes, and dreams into the melody. The crowd listened, enraptured. She lost herself in the music, feeling the connection with those around her. Each chord was a step toward her future, each lyric a promise to herself. She suddenly spotted her mother in the back, standing still, arms crossed, a blend of apprehension and pride etched on her face. Was she ready to take that leap? Amara poured herself into the lyrics even more, singing not just to the crowd but to her mother, hoping to bridge the gap between their perspectives. When Amara finished, the crowd erupted in applause. It was different from the night before, but it felt raw and real, a symphony of support. She caught her mother's eye again, who now stood with tears streaming down her cheeks, shaking her head in disbelief. "Amara," she whispered, approaching her daughter, "I had no idea." "I know, Mom. I want to do something meaningful," Amara replied, her voice steady but shaking with emotion. "This is how I can make an impact. I need your support." For a moment, silence hung between them, an open space filled with unvoiced emotions. The crowd's excitement faded into a comforting buzz, creating an intimate cocoon. Then her mother pulled her into a tight embrace, warmth radiating through Amara's entire being. "I want you to follow your dream. I'm here, just promise me you'll be careful." Amara nodded, relief flooding through her. "I will, Mom. I promise." As they released each other, the townsfolk began to while away, but Amara was already thinking bigger. This was the first deal of her transformation, and she needed to take it further. Days blended into weeks, and the community began to shift in response to her voice. Groups formed, gathering to discuss the power of music in healing, connection, and growth. Amara felt charged, knowing that she was a part of this momentum. But then, during one evening meeting, a familiar face appeared in the doorway, Derek, the town's established music producer. The room went silent as all eyes turned to him. What could he want? Amara's heart raced with a mix of excitement and unnerving anticipation. "Amara, I'd like to talk to you about working together," he said, a knowing look in his eyes. "I think you could go places, real places." And just like that, the next chapter of her journey was poised to unfold. Would she seize this opportunity, or would the weight of expectation hold her back? As her heart pounded with possibilities, Amara felt the pulse of her future beckoning, but could she step into the unknown once again? Amara stood frozen, her guitar rested in her lap, as Derek's words hung in the air. The murmurs of the audience faded, replaced by the sound of her heartbeat, racing and thunderous. It felt like her dreams were knocking right at her door, urging her to take a leap that could change everything. "What do you have in mind?" she asked, her voice steadier than she thought it could be. Derek stepped closer, confidence radiating from him. "I was impressed by your performance today, and I believe you have real talent. With the right guidance, you could be more than just a local performer. You could take your voice to new heights, reach wider audiences, make an impact." His words ignited a fire inside her. Still, a flicker of doubt crept in. What if I'm not ready? What if it turns out I can't live up to it? Amara's thoughts tumbled over each other, echoing her mother's earlier concerns. Derek's expression softened. "I understand where you're coming from. Believe me, it's normal to be scared, especially when you're on the brink of something big. But this is your chance to share your music, your story. You have a voice that can resonate with so many. Why not give it a shot?" The room was buzzing again, filled with eager faces, all expectations and support. Amara glanced around, feeling the weight of their hope. She imagined how far her songs could reach, the hearts they could touch. How would it work? She asked, curiosity edging out fear. Derek began outlining a plan: recording sessions, marketing strategies, even promoting live shows in neighboring towns. Images danced in Amara's mind as she envisioned her music blasting from speakers, her lyrics moving an audience of thousands. But then doubt returned, whispering in the back of her mind. What about school? What about my friends? The thought stung as she pictured her familiar world fading away, replaced by the uncertainty of fame. "School comes first," Derek reassured her. "We can work around your schedule." The idea is to build something that grows with you, not against you. It'll be a journey, but it's one worth taking. Amara bit her lip, weighing the pros and cons. The idea of pursuing her passion while still cherishing her roots felt like walking a tightrope. And if I fail? What if I'm just not good enough? Derek chuckled lightly, easing some tension. Failure is part of the process. The key is to embrace it. You're already a success in the eyes of this community. You have something unique, and so many people want to see you thrive. Plus, the most significant growth often comes from the hardest moments. She felt her heart lift at his words. Maybe failure wasn't the end, it could just be a step in her journey. Amara took a deep breath. Okay. Let us do it. A rush of excitement surged through her, but it wasn't just the thrill of the opportunity. She felt a sense of liberation, knowing she was stepping into her truth. This was hers to own, dreams and all. Fantastic. Derek said, a big grin spreading across his face. Let us start with a demo. I want to get you into the studio next week. Her heart soared at the thought, but even as she smiled, shadows of doubt cast their fleeting doubts. What if it was too much? What if her friends didn't approve? As the meeting concluded and everyone began to filter out, Amara spotted her mother slumped in a chair, a smile brightening her tear-streaked face. You did it, sweetie. You threw all caution to the wind. Amara rushed over, wrapping her arms around her mother, the warmth washing over her like a blanket of comfort. But what if, Mom? What if everything changes? Her mother pulled back slightly, searching Amara's eyes. Then you'll adapt. Change is scary, but look how far you've come. Trust yourself, this is your chance to bloom. A wave of serenity washed over her. Maybe her fears would no longer hold her back. Amara thought of all those attacking shadows inside her head. As they stepped outside, the sun had begun to set, casting a golden glow over the town. Amara could see the festival winding down, lights twinkling like stars. A sense of hope enveloped her, but then she noticed a figure watching from a distance, a stranger whose intense gaze pierced through the crowd. Their presence sent a rush of adrenaline through her. What was this person waiting for? Amara's heart raced. What if they were someone influential? Someone who could change her life even further, and with that jolt of intrigue, Amara's journey had only just begun. Amara couldn't shake the feeling that the stranger's gaze was more than just a casual observation. It was like a spotlight upon her, forcing her heart to beat faster. She took a step back, grasping her guitar tighter, the familiar wood comforting in her grip, grounding her amidst this whirlwind of emotions. Her mother noticed her hesitation. You okay, honey? Yeah, just that person over there, Amara said, tilting her head towards the observer. Something about them feels different. Curiosity edged her forward, yet she felt her feet planted to the ground. Sparks of adrenaline coursed through her, mixing with a hint of anxiety. What if they were a scout? What if this was her moment, a chance encounter that could launch her into the stratosphere of her dreams? Go see who they are. It's a festival, after all. Just go say hi. Her mother encouraged, pushing lightly on her back. With every ounce of her courage, Amara nodded and ventured towards the figure. His eyes, dark like pools, seemed to pull her in. She felt the world around her dissolve as she approached. Hey, she said softly, trying to mask her nerves. I noticed you watching me. Do you know something about music? He took a slow step forward, his expression thoughtful. I know a bit. My name's Ryan. I'm a producer from the city. I've been scouting for fresh talent, and your performance really hit home. Her breath caught in her throat. This was exactly the kind of opportunity she had fantasized about since she first strummed her guitar at home. Really? You liked it? Your authenticity shone. There's something unique in your voice and your lyrics. People want to connect with real emotions, yours resonate strongly. How would you feel about collaborating or even recording a couple of tracks with me? All the breath left her as excitement surged through her. But with it came a wave of disbelief. Collaborate? Ryan nodded, smiling encouragingly. Yes. Think about it. You have so much potential. We can create something that people will want to listen to and remember. Her mind raced, fragments of doubt wrestling with hope. But I just agreed to work with Derek. I'm committed to my local community. Of course. I would never ask you to ignore that. He stepped closer, lowering his voice. But wouldn't you want to expand your reach? To share your gifts beyond your town? You can open doors for yourself and maybe even others. Think about it. Amara's heart pounded. This was an incredible opportunity, something she could only dream about. But the thought of abandoning her roots felt heavy. What if I lose my friends? My support system? Ryan seemed to sense her struggle. You want to lose them. They'll be proud of you. They'll uplift you. You don't have to leave your past behind. You can bring them along on your journey. You can show them what is possible. She sensed the truth in his words, but lingering doubts kept pulling her back. I can't just abandon my life here. It feels wrong. Life isn't about staying still, Amara. It's about growth. His voice wrapped around her like a gentle hug. She could feel the pull of her dreams, the deep-rooted desire to soar and shine. Give it a chance, Ryan urged. Can't you feel the world waiting to hear your story? Amara looked back towards her mother, who was smiling from a distance, encouraging her silently. She thought of her late-night songwriting sessions, her friends' laughter, and now, this opportunity that felt like a doorway opening. Okay, I'll think about it, Amara said, the words exciting yet terrifying on her tongue. Ryan's smile broadened, revealing a confidence that made her heart flutter. That's all I ask. Let us keep in touch. As they exchanged details, Amara sensed the weight of choices pressing upon her. What would be worth the risk? She walked back to her mother, filled with swirling emotions. Her mother pulled her into a hug. I saw you speaking with him. What did he say? He wants to work with me, Amara whispered, feeling butterflies dance in her stomach. That's amazing. Oh honey, this could be the start of something wonderful. Treading carefully through the mixed feelings that drummed in her chest, Amara squeezed her eyes shut briefly. But what if I lose myself in it? Her mother held her gaze. Then we'll find you again together. As they made their way home, that initial thrill of possibility turned into introspection. What paths lay ahead? Which direction would lead her to her truth? Then a thought gripped her heart. What if she wasn't the only one torn between past and future? And with that question echoing in her mind, Amara knew she wasn't just on her journey. She was stepping into a web of choices that had the power to change everything, not only for herself but perhaps for others, too. Would she risk it all for the opportunity to be heard? What path would she choose next? The next morning, Amara awoke with a mixture of excitement and dread. As sunlight spilled into her room, she blinked against the brightness, her mind racing through the events of the festival. A collaboration with a producer? The thought sent thrill and fear coursing through her like a charged current. What do I even do now? She murmured, sitting up in bed. The guitar leaned against the wall, and she instinctively reached for it. The familiar weight felt reassuring in her hands, like an old friend. She strummed a few chords, letting the music wash over her, searching for clarity in each melodic note. Outside, the sounds of her neighborhood filled the air, children laughing, cars rumbling by, the savory scent of breakfast wafting through open windows. Yet inside her, uncertainty loomed like a shadow. She thought of Derek, her mentor and friend. Would he understand? Would he still believe in her if she chased a bigger dream? Her phone buzzed on the nightstand, breaking her thoughts. Hesitating, she picked it up and saw a message from Ryan. "Hey Amara. Just wanted to check in. Hope you're doing well. I'm really looking forward to hearing your decision." There it was, the gentle push from the universe, or maybe just her own burning ambitions. She took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the choice ahead. "I need to talk to Derek," she decided, already standing and pulling on her clothes. He had always encouraged her to follow her dreams, even when those dreams began to outgrow the small town they lived in. Maybe he'd have the wisdom she needed to navigate this crossroads point. 10 minutes later, Amara found herself at Derek's door, heart pounding as she knocked. He opened it with a warm smile, but it faltered slightly as he saw her expression. "Hey, you okay?" he asked, concern blooming in his eyes. "I need to talk to you," Amara said, her voice steady despite the storm brewing inside her. "Sure, come on in." Derek stepped aside, and she followed him into the cozy space filled with memories: old guitars, posters from past festivals, and a wall decorated with photographs of local music nights. Amara took a seat on the worn-out couch. "I think I've been given a chance to work with a producer from the city, Ryan. He wants to collaborate on a few tracks." Derek's expression shifted from surprise to pride. "Wow, that's amazing. You've always had the talent. You deserve this." But she hesitated, wrestling with the tide of her thoughts. "What if it leads me away from all of this? From our community? I don't want to forget where I came from." Derek studied her carefully, a knowing smile gracing his face. "You have to remember, Amara. Your music doesn't belong to just one place. It's a bridge to connect with others. If this producer sees what I see in you, it could inspire so many people. But what about us?" She pressed, feeling the emotional chime of loyalty tugging at her heart. "What if I leave, and everything changes?" "Things will change, but that's life. It's all about growing and evolving," he said softly. "And if you ever feel lost, I'm here to help you find your way back." His words poured warmth into her soul, shredding the remaining threads of her doubt. Maybe this opportunity wasn't just for her, it could be a step towards something bigger for everyone who believed in her. "Okay," she finally said, emboldened by his encouragement. "I want to do it. I'm ready to take that leap." They talked for a while longer, mapping out ideas and dreams. But as they spoke, Amara felt a pull in her heart, a whisper urging her to consider not just her path, but the paths of those she cared about. How could she bring the spirit of her community into this new chapter? Later that evening, as she returned home, a flutter of hope filled her chest. She had made a decision, but it was just the beginning. When she opened her guitar case, Amara felt the strings vibrate with energy as the sun dipped low, casting a golden hue through her window. What if sharing her journey could inspire change for others? And then a thought struck her: what if she hosted a community concert? A way to involve her friends and family, letting them see her journey unfold while still keeping her roots entrenched. Would they embrace this new direction, or would they feel left behind? The bubbling excitement mixed with a tinge of fear. Could she bridge both worlds? As night fell, she scribbled notes, planning her next steps. One thing was clear: she wouldn't walk this new path alone. But the deeper question lingered: how would she decide who would join her on this ride? And would they support her when the stakes got high? The next morning, Amara sat at the kitchen table, a steaming cup of coffee in hand. The aroma filled the air, but her mind was elsewhere. The community concert idea tugged at her heart, wrinkling her brow with both excitement and anxiety. Could this really pull everyone together? Would they be supportive of her new direction? She picked up her phone, hesitated, then dialed Sophie, her best friend since childhood. "Hey. What's up?" Sophie answered, her voice brightening Amara's mood instantly. "I was thinking I want to organize a community concert. To share my music and this new opportunity with everyone." Sophie paused. "Whoa, that sounds amazing. Are you nervous?" "Yeah, totally. I mean, what if they don't want to support me if I'm heading towards something bigger? What if they feel abandoned? They love you, Amara. Sophie's voice was steady, reassuring. You've always been the heart of our community. This is a chance for everyone to see that you're not leaving, you're bringing us along for the ride. Amara sighed, her tension easing slightly. You're right. I just want to make sure I involve everyone. Let us plan it together. We can call the others, get everyone hyped. A spark ignited within Amara. She could picture the event, the vibrant lights against the evening sky, families gathering on blankets, tapping their feet to her music. It was going to be a celebration, not just of her journey but of their shared roots. After hanging up, she began jotting down ideas. Where to host it? The town park? It was spacious and familiar, filled with laughter and memories. As she listed names of friends to ask for help, she felt a new sense of purpose unfold. Over the next few days, Amara reached out, rallying friends and family to join her in planning. They gathered at her house, overflowing the living room with maps, notes, and enthusiastic chatter. Derek even stopped by to offer his support, bringing along some old sound equipment he had stashed away. I believe in what you're doing, Amara, he told her with that proud glint in his eyes. This concert can be the launchpad for more than just your music. Think of it as a movement. His words fueled her fire. Slowly, their efforts materialized into something real. Colorful posters announcing the concert hung in local shops, social media buzzed with inklings of excitement, and each conversation buzzed with a hint of the magic that was to come. As the concert day approached, joy intertwined with nerves. Would the turnout be what she hoped? Would everyone feel included, even as she started to step into this new arena? And then there was the question of Ryan. Would he come? The night before the big event, she couldn't shake that flutter of anxiety. She glanced at her guitar case, resting against the wall in her room. You've seen me through everything, she whispered to it. Are we ready for this? When morning broke bright and beautiful, Amara set off toward the park with her guitar slung across her back and a heart full of dreams. She felt every step pulse with energy. As she arrived, she saw people setting up stage lights and arranging chairs. The familiar sights of her community filled her with warmth, but an unexpected tremble ran through her. What if her dreams were too big? Just as she began to doubt, a voice called out from the crowd. Amara. Ready for the show? She turned to see Sophie waving, a bright smile plastered on her face. At that moment, everything coalesced: the love, the excitement, the chance to bridge all parts of her life. Amara took a deep breath, letting the sound of laughter and chatter wash over her, grounding her before stepping onto the stage. Today was crucial. It was the day she would show everyone what her journey could mean for them. As the sun cast warm rays across the park, she positioned herself at the mic, heart racing. This was it, her moment to connect, to inspire. But just as the first chord struck, she spotted a figure emerging from the crowd. Ryan. What would he think? The flutter in her stomach twisted into confidence. She had a story to share, and now was the time. With her voice tightening in anticipation, she smiled. Could this performance be the turning point for not just her but for everyone watching? Would they understand the beauty in change? Feeling the rhythm flow through her, Amara took a deep breath, ready to lay it all bare. She would bridge the worlds, even if she didn't know how just yet. And as she began to sing, the first words floated into the open air, filled with purpose and hope. Only time would unveil how this journey would unfold. The first notes danced in the air, wrapping around Amara like a warm embrace. Her fingers glided across the strings of her guitar, a tune so familiar yet so fresh. She poured her heart into each chord, intertwining her fears and dreams into something the crowd could feel. As she sang, her voice soared above the chatter, drawing people in like moths to a flame. The crowd was a sea of faces, a blend of family, friends, and curious onlookers. She could see their smiles, feel the energy pulsing around her. It was as if they were collectively holding their breath, waiting to see where this moment would lead. And there was Ryan, standing at the edge, intrigue etched across his face. His presence added weight to the moment, a mix of nostalgia and tension swirling between them. With the first chorus, the nerves that had once anchored her faded into the background. Instead, a sense of unity blossomed. She could see Sophie, her biggest cheerleader, clapping in rhythm, her encouragement tangible even from afar. Every note reminded her of all the late-night practices, the shared laughs, and the moments spent dreaming about this very day. Let us celebrate our roots. This is for all of us. Amara called out, her voice steady. The crowd erupted into applause. Their acceptance fueled her spirit. She remembered why she was here: to foster connection, to shine a light on the strength of community amidst the backdrop of her own journey. As she continued, she noticed people swaying, parents dancing with their kids, friends clapping along. Laughter bubbled up sporadically, and it filled her with warmth. Amara found herself picturing her little village, their struggles and triumphs, all woven into the fabric of her song. These weren't just notes, they were stories, a shared history reconnecting them. The momentum shifted to a deeper note, the lyrics becoming a reflection of hope. Change is scary, but we can face it together, she sang, locking eyes with Ryan. It was a moment, an unspoken acknowledgement of everything they had been through. Did he feel it too? The longing, the need for connection? Her heart raced as she continued, pouring every ounce of emotion into that one spotlight. After the first song, something magical happened. One person from the crowd started clapping, and then another, until the entire park was synchronizing their applause. Each clap echoed in her soul, a powerful confirmation of acceptance. They were cheering for her, for themselves, for the collective heartbeat of their lives. With each song, Amara could feel the barriers slowly melting. Any worry she had about changing dynamics evaporated in the afternoon sun. The laughter, the music, the sheer joy birthed from those gathered was something she never wanted to end. There was a boy, no more than 10, dancing with wild abandon. His unfiltered joy reminded her that music had a power unlike any other. But in the midst of this blossoming, her eyes found Ryan again. His expression had transformed, no longer a face filled with uncertainty or detachment, but one sparkling with admiration. They hadn't spoken yet, but this moment resonated between them, weighing heavier than words. Then she closed her eyes, lost in the melodies, and began the final song, one she knew would leave everyone breathless. As she poured love and hope into every note, the crowd swayed together, a collective heartbeat that hammered in unison with hers. Just as she reached the apex of her performance, Amara felt the song wrap around the gathering, echoing through the trees and the hearts surrounding her. This was it, the connection she longed for was reborn, stronger than she had dared to dream. As the last note hung in the air, a moment of silence befell the crowd, a deep pause filled with awe. Then, all at once, they erupted into thunderous applause and cheers, breaking the barrier of stillness. Amara smiled, tears glistening in her eyes. She had done it, she had bridged the gap. But she also realized that this was just the beginning of her journey, of her connections, of what changes lay ahead for them all. And as she took a bow, panting and exhilarated beneath the glaring sun, she saw Sophie running towards her, eyes wide and sparkly. "You were amazing. But Amara, do you know what this really means?" The urgency in Sophie's voice pulled Amara's attention. "What?" With something special stirring between them, Sophie grinned widely. "We need to talk about what comes next." Amara's heart raced at the possibilities, but what did that mean for her world, her future? Would she be ready to embrace all that was about to unfold? Sophie grabbed Amara's hands, her excitement crackling like static. "This isn't just a performance, it's the start of something big. People need to hear you more. You could do this everywhere." Amara's heart skipped a beat at the thought, everywhere? The idea felt both exhilarating and terrifying. "But, Sophie, what about school? What about my job?" Sophie waved her hand dismissively. "Those things can wait. Look at what you just did. You connected with them. Your voice, it's powerful. You have a gift. Let us use it." Amara scanned the crowd again, taking in the smiling faces still cheering for her. The adrenaline from the performance still surged through her, but as reality settled in, the weight of her everyday life began to creep back. The responsibilities, the expectations. Could she really step into the unknown? Just then, Ryan approached, drawing her attention. "You were incredible," he said, his voice low and sincere. "I didn't know you could move people like that." His compliment warmed her cheeks, but also tangled her insides. "Thanks, but it was just a few songs." "Just?" Ryan leaned closer, studying her with those deep eyes that held so many unspoken words. "That was way more than just music, Amara. You brought everyone together." A flicker of hope ignited in Amara's chest. Maybe this was a turning point. Maybe she could embrace something bigger than herself. Sophie chimed in again, "And it doesn't stop here. We need to think about a next step. Maybe a community project? A charity concert? Something that captures this energy." Her pulse quickened at the thought. A charity concert? The idea swirled in her mind, mixing with her dreams. Yet doubt nudged at her. "I don't really know how to organize something like that." "Stop!" Sophie exclaimed, placing her hand over Amara's heart. "We figure it out together. You just have to remember how to trust yourself. You already have all these people rooting for you. That's the first step." The atmosphere around them sparkled with possibility, but Amara couldn't help but notice the hesitance in her own spirit. How could she step out of her comfort zone and lead something like that? Just then, a little girl with curly hair approached, clutching a crumpled paper in her tiny hands. "You were amazing. Can I have your autograph?" Amara's heart swelled. She knelt to the girl's level, taking the paper with trembling hands. As she signed her name, she felt a rush of warmth filling her heart. This was what it meant to inspire. This was what Sophie was talking about. "Thank you." The girl squeaked, eyes wide like saucers. "You made me feel happy." Amara smiled, a genuine light flickering within. "You're going to make people happy too, just by being you." As the girl ran away beaming, her contagious joy sparked a realization in Amara. Maybe it wasn't about being perfect, it was about being real, being present. This was a chance to grow, not just for her, but for everyone around her. The moment cemented a shift in Amara's mind. Could they really create something impactful together? As she met Sophie's eager gaze, a commitment formed within her, a gentle but firm decision. "Okay," Amara said, her voice steadier than she felt. "Let us talk. Let us plan something. I'm in." Just then, the crowd began to disperse, mingling and chatting excitedly about the show. Ryan stepped closer again, their eyes locking. "So, what's next for the incredible Amara?" The question hung between them, filled with implications of paths yet untaken. Amara's heart raced with anticipation and uncertainty. Could she navigate the next steps, both in her music and her complicated feelings towards Ryan? Just as those thoughts settled, a loud cheer erupted from the group. A band of friends was rallying together, their eyes twinkling with hope and ambition, the excitement of what was to come. "What about a group?" Sophie suggested, looking at the gathering with a spark of inspiration. "We could get everyone involved. A community united through music." Amara felt the pull, the urge to embrace this unfolding journey. But deep inside, she wondered if she was truly ready for everything it could bring. A step forward meant leaving behind a familiar past. What did that mean for her? As the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in vibrant colors, Amara realized she stood on the edge of change. It was time to leap, but would she take flight or falter in the wind? The air was electric with anticipation the day of the concert. Amara stood backstage, peeking behind the curtain at the buzzing crowd. The town square, now transformed into a vibrant venue, felt like a heartbeat pulsing with energy, all of it focused on her. Friends, family, and supporters filled the space, their faces blending into a warm tapestry of encouragement. She could see Sophie, buoyant with excitement, and Ryan, his intense gaze steady on her. Today was different. Today, she wasn't just Amara, the girl from the diner. Today, she was Amara, a voice ready to connect worlds. As the stage manager signaled for her to come forward, her nerves ignited like fireworks. The lights blazed down, momentarily blinding her, but as she stepped into the radiant glow, courage surged through her. The crowd, their chatter softened, and tension hung like a ripe harvest awaiting the first cut. Taking a deep breath, Amara clutched her guitar, letting the familiar weight ground her. "Thank you all for being here," she exclaimed, her voice strong and confident. The cheers that followed wrapped around her, an embrace igniting the fire in her chest. "I wrote these songs to celebrate our journey together. Each note is a piece of our shared story." The first chords of her opening song strummed into the air, a melody filled with hope and resilience. As her voice rose, it was as if they were all weaving a tapestry of memories, the laughter, the struggles, the triumphs, and the bonds that held them close. She watched as people swayed, eyes shining, lost in the moment. For the first time, Amara felt her fears fade, washed away by the love and unity enveloping her. With each song, a little girl danced at the front row, mirroring her movements, and she felt an echo of her own childhood, when music had been her refuge. It wasn't just about her now, it was about everyone, the faces in the crowd, the dreams shared among them, the struggles they faced together. Halfway through, she introduced a song dedicated to community, the connection that tied them all. The energy in the square swelled, laughter mingling with applause, and Amara reveled in the power of the collective. Right then, she spotted Ryan, his eyes twinkling with admiration as he cheered her on. The synergy of their shared vision felt palpable, a whisper of something greater waiting to take flight. As she wrapped up her final song, a touching ballad about dreams and pursuing them despite hardships, the silence that followed was deafening. And then thunderous applause erupted, resonating through her very core. She stood still, heart racing, overwhelmed yet grounded in this momentous heartbeat. "Thank you," she shouted, her voice breaking slightly with emotion. The crowd erupted again in cheers, and people began to chant her name. "Amara! Amara! Amara!" It felt like a new rhythm to her story, a crescendo she had craved all along. Then, she saw her mother, standing at the forefront, tears streaming openly down her face. No longer fear, only pride reflected in her eyes. It struck Amara like a lightning bolt, illuminating the truth that had woven through her journey. This was about more than just her dream. This was about all of them. Once the concert concluded, the crowd began to disperse, laughter ringing through the air like a promise of more to come. As Amara stepped down from the stage, a wave of warmth enveloped her as her friends rushed to hug her. The thrill of joy coursed through her veins, affirming what she felt in her heart. "Did you see their faces?" Sophie gushed, her eyes dazzling with excitement. "You brought us together. This is a movement." Amara laughed, feeling alive in this newfound energy. "I couldn't have done it without you all." As she scanned the area, she noticed Ryan approaching, his presence calm and reassuring. "You were incredible, Amara. I knew you had it in you." "Thanks, Ryan," she said, a surge of courage guiding her next words. "I want this to be more than just my journey. I want to uplift those around me, to inspire everyone to pursue their dreams." "Let us make it happen," he replied, his smile encouraging. "Imagine a series of concerts, workshops that connect people through music. You could lead these initiatives. You have what it takes." Amara's heart raced at the notion of expanding their vision. "Absolutely. But I want everyone to be involved, not just a select few. I want to create a space where everyone's voice can shine." Ryan nodded, respect shining in his eyes. "You're a leader, Amara. In your own way, you'll show them that their dreams matter, too." Weeks rolled into months, and the town transformed under Amara's vision. With her community at her back, they launched workshops for aspiring musicians, healing concerts, and open mic nights that showcased local talent. They became a family of creatives, cultivating a space where dreams bloomed together. One day, as she strolled through the park, heart brimming with hope, Amara glanced up at the warm sky. Her world felt vibrant, alive, and connected. Her phone buzzed, and in an instant, she smiled at the message from her mother, filled with words of encouragement. "I believe in you, always." This was the moment she had been waiting for, not just a path for her dreams, but a journey that intertwined with every soul that dared to reach for the stars. Amara grinned, knowing that she wasn't just building a platform for herself, she was building a future for everyone, and as her voice radiated through the town, reaching hearts week after week, she realized something critically beautiful. Change didn't just come from one voice, it came from a chorus of dreams, infinitely resonating back into the world. You need to subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive stories. The enthusiasm echoed in her heart as she pictured the community growing together. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and help this journey spread. Comment below about your reactions and feelings about the ending. Let's keep this conversation alive. And share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. Don't wait not even one more second to share. Only true fans understand the importance of supporting the channel through these actions, and Amara knew they would all rise together. This was just the beginning, layers of connection to be built, dreams to nurture, and stories to tell, as they stepped forth into a bright new chapter.